Hey everybody, VP with Metaverse News One here, and happy Illuvium Zero Day 1. It's actually here. It's actually mainnet, and we're getting right into it. Now, if you don't remember yesterday's video, I made a video yesterday saying how Illuvium Zero was going to release 24 hours early, and it did. In that video, I talked about my pivot when it came to my overall strategy. Instead of going straight to blueprints as fast as we can, we're going straight to fuel. And we're going to try to max that out as much as we can before moving on. But all we're doing today is, I don't see, this is going to be a 5-year project. I don't understand why anybody's in a hurry to get anywhere right now. You guys know me. I'm slow. I'm methodical. I want to build up my core stuff up as much as possible, because once you do that, everything else becomes easy. You don't need to race to a certain point. I know we want to get to fuel as fast as we can, but we'll get there when we get there. Hopefully we'll get there today. I've heard rumors that this is possible, but we'll just get as far as we can. And the way we're going to do that is we're only going to play one of my lands. We're going to take a tier 2 land. It's going to be Taiga Boreal because it's nice and easy to see. And we're just going to simply learn. I'm sure this game has some idiosyncrasies to it that it didn't have during the alpha, which was the last time we played it. So instead of trying to play all 8 of my lands and scramble like idiots, we need to learn how to play the mainnet version first. And in what order do things make sense? Then once we know that, we can take that knowledge and extrapolate that out to all of the other lands. I know some people skip these early slides, so I'm probably going to repeat this once we start playing, if I can remember. But before we move on, could you give me a thumbs up? Could you give me a like? I'm giving you a thumbs up right now. I know you can't see it, but I am. It would mean a great deal to me. This is still a pretty small channel, so go ahead and do that for me right now, and we will move on. So the first place I wanted to go was my IMX Passport. Now, this was, as I said in the last video, really confusing. Extra confusing for me. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how much of it was me, how much of it was bad instruction, bad UX, but I know a lot of people on Discord were having the same problems I was having. Now, once I finally did get everything migrated over, I wasn't even sure it was here, because there used to be nothing in my inventory a couple days ago. Now there is after the migration, but it's all testnet shit. Now, does this mean the stuff carries over? I doubt it. I doubt my alluvials carry over. I don't really know what this stuff's even doing here. But my land is not in this folder. So, I'm sitting here wondering all day whether I'm going to be able to play or not. But it looks like we are. So back here to my land layout spreadsheet. Some of you recall this. Some of you may not. This is the land I have. I have 2 Shard Bluff and then 1 of everything else. That Shard Bluff 2 was new because I got a good deal on it. And there's another one that I bought later. It doesn't really matter. I used to care mostly about this stuff right here. The probability of me getting a particular blueprint. But I pretty much balanced everything out. These numbers were all the same after I had all 7 lands, obviously. And then when I added Shard Bluff, it went up a little bit on the fire side and the earth side, which I am totally okay with. But if you remember the very last video I did, all of yesterday, this is my focus now. Let's get an even distribution like I did with the new land I bought. That was one of the biggest reasons I bought it right there, because it actually gave me that for a really, really good price. And just so you know, this will be our focus. Have fuel, will travel. Literally. Now these here should be worth double because these are tier 2 lands. And so even though I'm a little light on Solon, at least the Solon I do have is on tier 2, so that helps. And all my Krypton is there, which is good because I have always thought that this is going to be the most important fuel out there. And judging by the beta, it looks like so far that prediction is correct. So we don't need to spend much more time on this. We can just go ahead and jump to the next part. And what do you know? It's actually there. There's no way for me to know it was on Passport, but I suppose it is because here we are. So just so you know, the light blue boxes will be tier 2. You can see the 2 lit up. White boxes over there. And the purples are tier 1, and then they give you a free-to-play, it looks like, at the bottom here. But we don't have any time to mess around with that. It looks like a tier 4. Interesting. But a waste of time nonetheless. So let's go ahead and go right to Taiga. That's going to be where we really base everything. And that was a super quick load. And my fan's not going crazy. So those are two things we have in our corner from a broadcasting side. I did turn my system audio off, so any kind of in-game sounds are going to come in pretty light. Now, let's see what tools we have at our disposal here. Remember that. Build is obvious, shop is obvious, past activity. We got our goals. Now, goals I don't really worry about. Do I have to start the goal to actually participate in it? I'm not sure. Interesting, but we got main, then we have daily, and then weekly. Again, a lot of the stuff you can't force. You just have to let it happen. And if it happens, you enjoy your bonus. I think that's really the way to do it. So I hit start goal. What does that mean? Oh, okay. That just tells me how to do it. So if you do hit start goal like I did, it's just going to guide you through it, I think. Okay. Yeah, that was a bit quick. Sorry, guys. Over here, just gives you some more information about your land overall if you didn't already know. And then over here, if you want to switch over to a new plot, this is how you do it. You go here, switch your settings. Obviously, pretty darn easy. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is build a nexus, right? That's still the first thing we need to do, I'd imagine. Now, location-wise, I want to say, I got a good spread here, but man, it's going to be tough to really build scanners in an open area because there isn't much. So I'm going to try to see if I can shove everything maybe in this corner. I think that's what I did last time. Let's see how that works. So yes, Nexus, build, man. I would like it in a more out-of-the-way place. I don't think my land looked like this before. This has become more difficult. I can get rid of that, but I was doing that before we broadcasted just to see what it looked like. And it takes 3 hours, which means I might have my speed tokens locked up. So I don't know what to do here, but this is an important decision, right? Shoot, maybe there. Suppose you can always move it, right? Now, just so you know, in the future, I'm going to edit this to where you're not going to sit there and watch every single thing I do and every single thing get built. I respect your time more than that. So, but these things only take 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and build the engineering workshop that adjoins it. All of 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that this land has a different layout, but I guess that's just what it is. Okay, so the obvious goal is to get your resources cranking as soon as possible. Now, the order you go in, I don't think is terribly important. I've always liked to start with carbon. So now that we have the green light to do that, let's actually get off of this and just click on the deposit itself. It's a good way to get straight into it. And then we'll start asking some questions here. You know, like, do we have enough to build one here and build one here? That would be ideal. Oh, look at that. Got an extra speed token. Always like that. Now, I think there's going to be plenty of resources to build here and here. So let's just assume we can do it. That's actually nice. I'm not sure if it was that way in the beta or not. So let me show you this real quick with this Frozy Wall. It gives you this counter. And I don't really know. Let's see, maybe information will tell me. That's how old it is? I don't know what to make of it. Let's see what happens if I try to clear it. So I would need a speed up token. Oh, only because I'm building that mine. Okay. No. So we'll let this finish. And let's see what happens if we want to clear that plant. This age I don't understand. Maybe we'll figure it out along the way. All right. However long that takes. Okay, you might have noticed that a couple goals have popped up. Let's go ahead and claim those. And then get our hydrogen deposit down. And then once we do that, we will take a look at what would be in our best interest to build next. It might be another deposit, another mine, or it might be something else. Don't know. Before I sit there and start jumping around to other lands, I want to go ahead and figure out our next, 2 moves. Okay, so we should probably get these going, right? Oh, we have no power to start the activity. I think before you didn't need power. I thought power just enhanced things. So, let's say we're not speed running this. We're trying to figure things out. So let's go ahead and take a look at our power sources. That's obviously going to be the next thing to build. Let's go ahead and build this in between. Take advantage of that nice little setup. Now, I don't know why it took me so long to think of this, but can I build 2 at the same time? Let's find out. And maybe get some carbon cranking at the same time. Be a good thing to know. Let's put this just here for now. Then, can I build another one? I can't. Okay, so we're going to get the power stations down and see if I can have these things in motion while I decide what to build next. Great. Now you see we got another goal. There's no need to sandbag goals, so just go ahead and claim right away. Now while that's going, can we excavate? Yes, we can. Great. Let's get all this going. Efficiency, players, that's what we like. Okay. Good, good, good. All right, well, let's keep going. Oh, we can't. There's no power. Care to tell me why? I don't quite understand. Now we can do it here, right? Yes. So at least let's do that while we try to figure out why. Is there only a finite amount of power in there? And it's only enough for one mining run? That can't be. There's no need for you to sit here while I try to figure this out. Let me see if I can, and then once I do, I'll come back with the answer. Okay, so we have some data. If you have a very sharp eye, you might have noticed that I moved this power station over a little bit. So it is a bit of a bug, and they're going to fix it. So we're not crazy. But I had somebody explaining it to me on Discord. And by the way, everybody is having trouble transferring their assets to Passport on Discord like I expected. So, okay, right when you feel stupid, you realize, maybe it's not you. And this isn't me either, but what I was told to do is turn on the power. And you'll see if the station has enough to give you, then you can go ahead and go. So let's go ahead and go. We're just going to stay right here on Taiga until we get all of this stuff figured out. Oddly enough, I can't see this thing in motion if I have the power on. So let's turn the power off. Now we can. So the important thing is that we're not, quote, stuck anymore. But I want to get all this stuff going and then see what's going on with the power station. Because power stations apparently only have so much power to give. And yeah, and that correlates with how much power you need to mine. So let's see if that number changes after I finish with the mining run. We'll figure this out. So it still says 300. If I try to go again, can I? Yes. All right, what the hell was the problem before? Screw it. Let's keep excavating. Let's keep mining. So I guess we really don't know the fix, but we're closer than we were before, at least, I guess. So, good pump. Let's pump. Oh, they had a repeat toggle on there. Did you see that? I can't believe I just now noticed it. That could be a game changer, because there's nothing worse than sitting here clicking 5,000 times per minute like we were in the alpha version of Illuvium Zero. That's going to be very interesting to see. So we're going to get all this sorted and then talk about what our next move is. Great. But for right now, let me see here. So we can just do it. Deducts costs. Do I even have costs? Hang on. I got costs to excavate? Thought the only cost was time. What exactly are we talking about here? All right, let's go ahead and hit the goals real quick. Can I get those too? Oh, nice. Okay. I'm already maxed out. Okay, so I think I know what one of my goals is going to be. Or one of my next moves, what that's going to be. But, okay. So since we're almost at max capacity, there's no point in hitting repeat and trying to figure that out. We need to figure out what our next move is. And like I said, I think that's going to be obvious. And I think it's going to be storage. Ooh, I just noticed something too. We only have one structure left to build. So, we're going to pivot. Do we have enough to upgrade the Nexus? We do. Only takes 2 minutes. Fantastic. Let's do that. While we're here, how much would it take to upgrade that? All right, decent amount of hydrogen. Let's go ahead and wait on this. Let's get the storage buildings up and going now. But let me say, I really like what's going on here. It seems like we have ample amount of resources to do what we need. And that's good because it seems like we can get to harvesting fuel quicker now. Oh shit. That was a mistake. Big mistake. You know why, right? It's because we're maxed out. Make sure you have room for your prizes and your goals. They won't prevent you from hitting the goal button and wasting it, just like I did. Ooh, lesson learned. Glad I learned it early. Let's build some storage. Now, what we need to do is figure out where it's going to be first. It needs to be out of the way. As out of the way as possible. I'm thinking kind of up here. Makes sense? Over here, kind of have a little storage village going on here. Because I don't think having a scanner there is going to be really helpful. It's too close. Let's go here. Okay, so we went ahead and built our storage facilities over here. Now, how much more storage does that even give us? Because looking at these meters, it doesn't look like it gives us a whole lot. It really doesn't. So I only have, like another 1,500. Over here, 1,900. Yeah, that's not much. Can I upgrade these? Okay, that's where the engineering workshop comes in. Now, I feel like I have enough. That I'm not going to be hurting if I just upgrade this, so let's just do it now. Okay, so we built this, which is great. Now we can upgrade everything. So that's awesome. I went ahead and mined a bit more hydrogen just to get us back a little bit back to par. Now, I didn't say repeat on that. Did I hit that by mistake? Anyway, that's fine. Let's see if we can upgrade these now. We can. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go down here and claim these goals so we don't run into the same problems we ran into before with not having enough space up here with our storage. I don't want to run into that situation again. So I know storage is boring. It seems like you can kind of do it later. I just want to have it done now and then figure it out from there. Because if I can get mines on all of this now and get them all cranking on repeat at the same time while I go do other lands, that's a heck of an upgrade. That is really, really, really good news. But we don't know that yet, so we're making all of our mistakes right here on Taiga. I still don't quite understand the deal with power. I guess I have this on repeat. And now it's insufficient power. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, so maybe we'll figure all this stuff out. But again, I want to get it all figured out here in this first little run, and then we can carry all that knowledge over into the other lands and just go boom, 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 and start hitting them all. That's the goal. So I'm going to try to figure out why this thing's stuck on hyper mode, and I will come back to you once we have everything here upgraded to level 2. Okay, so while this last one's building, I went to Discord and I found out what to do about this uncontrollable hydrogen pump. I even put the power station way over here. Took its power away, and it still pops up like, hey, I'm ready to mine, which is a problem because you're like, oh, that's great. It just runs all the time. No, it's not. It's level 1. I can't click on it to upgrade it because it's always mining. So what you do is you go here on activity, and anything that's running, like here, you can toggle repeat on and off. It was set to on. I guess I might have done that. So I'm gonna let it run one more time by putting its power source back where it needs to go. Oh, it shut off. Good. Okay. No, it didn't. Okay. Let that run one more time and it should stop, and then we'll be done with this. And then we can talk. Okay. Got that. Should have plenty of room, which is good because we got a lot of goals. We got a lot of free stuff coming our way. Let's see if we end this. Are we done being crazy? Okay. Good, good, good. Now, let's go ahead and claim our goals. Doesn't look like anything's going to break the bank. Let's go ahead and claim them all. Perfect. And now, we need to see what the most logical next move is based on what we have already. We have 3 miners going. We have storage boosted up to level 2. We have our Nexus on level 2. We have our engineering workshop level 2. What is next? We're only 3 hours into the release of this game, and I see some people on Discord already mining fuel. So that's a good sign. Again, we're not in a huge hurry here. We will get there, and when we do, it's going to be glorious. So, structure-wise, I have 5 available. Now, let's just see, for the heck of it, what is it going to take to get to a fuel extractor. So Krypton Gate, which we have, we're going to need a quantum fabricant and a bunch of fuel. The fuel shouldn't be hard. We know how to do that. What does it take to get a quantum fabricant? We need to get the Nexus up to a 4. All right, so midterm, that's our next move. It's going to take X amount of fuel, no problem. I'm wondering, how much would it take to upgrade it right now? We have that, so let's do that. And I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, so I may or may not have used a speed up token on that one. We got to get moving here. I can't wait 10 minutes and just stare at a screen. We got to go. Let's collect our goal. Now, I'm all about getting those macro things just done and out of the way, so it gives us leeway and room to do everything else. Now, all right, so quantum fabricant is part of the deal. Let's look one more time, see what it takes to do that. Okay. Just for the heck of it. If I were to try and do it now. All I need is 10K carbon and 5K silicon. That's awesome. Do I have enough room? Yeah. I could just mine all that right now. We can make a quantum fabricant and start getting fuel excavators down. That's really awesome. Now, what I also know from playing this game is you need copious amounts of resources. So, I'm all about getting the bones of the operation maxed out first, right? I'm not in a race to sell fuel. No, let's get everything optimized right. So, let's start building things here. They give you 3. Let's use 3. And then let's consider upgrading them. We upgraded the Nexus, so now we have a ton of buildings we can put down. So if I need to put power stations next to them, I have the leeway to do that now. I didn't necessarily have that before. And so once that's going, we'll be in a really good space. So I'll see you once I build all these things, and then we'll figure out what we need to do with power stations. Okay, so everything is built, and I was mining in the background. Might as well, right? And come to find out that the game automatically, at a certain point, puts you on repeat involuntarily. Look at this. I didn't tell it to do that. Now, I'm all for automation, but I don't really know how I feel about this. And I don't know what claim means. Let's see what this means. Oh, claim the minerals it did give you. Okay. So, again, I want to upgrade these. I don't want them to do this just yet. So we'll take what we can get. Wait for this one to finish. And then move forward. Okay. So turn off repeat. Go ahead and claim. Great. Got a goal. Do we? Or is it a daily? Told me I had a goal. Oh, okay. A new goal? That was weird. When you put a number there, that makes me think I have something to claim. But I guess I don't. Okay. So anyway, I would now like to upgrade, if I may, every single one of these. Now, what's interesting, though, I should mention this too. This one over here had enough power to mine the first time. But as we saw before, they'll kind of give you a freebie on the first one, and then you're going to need power after that. So, how many things can I build? 10. Okay, good. That's more than enough. So, shoot, I thought we could share the same power source. We may not be able to. Can I mine here? Let's proceed. It's brand new. Once it's brand new, they let you go once. I think. I still haven't figured out power, everybody, but we're trying. That's what we're doing here. Might as well go ahead and, I don't know, dude. Should we upgrade first and then worry about power? See how much it would take. All right. Not a problem, I don't think. May as well get these going. Replenish the silicon we're using here, because we're going to need more for this guy and this guy right here. So I'm just going to mess around and do this, and I will come back to you once every one of these suckers is at level 2. Okay, so there's lots to talk about now. We have everything upgraded to level 2. As far as our miners go and our storage goes, we've had everything on repeat. Now, I got a little ahead of myself here, because don't forget I'm dumb. I thought that these things would just keep going nonstop, but you actually have to be here to claim them. That's a bummer, but that's okay. We're still seeing so many great upgrades over what we've seen in the past with Illuvium Zero. Now, I'm at max capacity or close to it on carbon, so I'm not going to claim that, but right now, we can already upgrade the Nexus to level 4. So I say we do that. Go ahead and use a speed token. I could use 12 of them? Oh, that's no fun. But I think it's worth it. You guys know how precious these things can be. Now in the beta, we stacked them to where I had like 100, 200. It wasn't a big deal. But it's early game. You really want to kind of conserve those. But, you know, to get closer to what we need to do and for teaching purposes, I think that was a good move. Now we can start claiming all this. Now over to goals. You'll notice that they're giving us XP now on some of these. I don't really know what that is. Just help us level up quicker, maybe? Possibly. But I thought I'd point that out while we're here. Now, how close are we to a quantum fabricant? Once we do that, we can start building these out. I will say, here goes me being boring again, but I think we need to upgrade the storage to level 3 first before we do that. It's probably a good idea. What would that cost? And we need the engineering workshop for that. Okay, like again, step by step, brick by brick, we're doing it. Should we go ahead and upgrade this now? Can we? All right, 10 minutes. Let's put that off for a minute. Let's take a look at Quantum Fabricant. All right, 27K on silicon. I don't even think I have the room for that. I definitely don't. So we would have to upgrade those storage facilities anyway, which means we have to upgrade this, which means that's our next move. It sucks too because like I would totally wait 10 minutes, but since I'm, just cracked into this and I have all these other lands I want to get to before I have to go out tonight, what would it cost? I'm curious. Just one? Let's do it. And how long would I have to wait to upgrade one of these? 10 minutes also? That's a half hour. I don't want to do that. So I might use speed tokens on that too. Let's get to my fuel sites and at least get that stuff going. And then we can kind of declare victory for the day. And then I can go into my other lands and take what we've learned here and replicate it. See how that works? So, come on. Okay. So the next move is to definitely upgrade storage. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so here's what's going on. I have upgraded all of these, and boy, what a difference that makes. We have all the room we need to do everything we need to do for a while. So go ahead and get those going. There's one. Yeah, there's one I stopped. And the reason is I stopped that one, I stopped this one. You can keep going. Because Quantum Fabricant takes 27K silicon. I don't have that. I need a lot more, which really means I'm going to have to upgrade one of these if we're ever going to get there anytime soon. But to do that, I need a lot more hydrogen. And honestly, since I only have one hydrogen plant going, this should normally be the one I upgrade first anyway. I got plenty of carbon to go around. We're going to hit that one. How many tokens would that take? 2. I don't know why I'm being so ginger with these speed tokens, but we're going to upgrade that one, get it going. Let's just pay it. And get it going. It's going to take 5 minutes just to do now anyway. And then upgrade this one. Once we get this up. These are just these things like you're ready to move forward, but then just like reality sets in on this game. It's like you're running any kind of factory or anything industrial. It's just, you want to move forward, but it's like a hurry up and wait type thing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to need more hydrogen. And once we get that, we're going to upgrade this guy. And then we should be able to get to our Quantum Fabricant faster. And then once we do that, we still have to build these mines. You might notice too in the background, it's a little bit louder. My fan is going. It's not going heavy. So really, again, kudos to the team. The difference between alpha and this right here is such a stark difference. You have this nice zoomed out map that looks really good. You have these repeat functions, which I'm really starting to like. I'm not clicking constantly all the time. Everything just makes more sense. And on day one, and probably hour number 2 or 3, I don't know really where I am at this point, but I'm almost to fuel already. So this is really, really a nice and welcome change. I'll say that. But let me get caught up here with everything I need to do. And then once this is upgraded right here, and I get to the right amount of silicon, it's going to take a minute. So let me do all that, and then we'll build a quantum fabricant, and then we'll see where we need to go from there. Okay, so this has been upgraded to 3, as is this one. Really kind of need to do this one too, but we're already at the number we need for a quantum fabricant. One thing I noticed too, and I don't know, again, I'm dumb. You probably noticed this already, but I turn the repeat off on these. If I were to get going again, it gives me the option to repeat or not, but no matter what happens, it's going to repeat. So maybe that's a bug. It probably is a bug. Maybe they'll fix it. Who knows? But that's just something to note while we're here. Now, quantum fabricant time. 45 minutes. I'm telling you, man, I'm using these things faster than I'm gaining them. And that's not good. I have a feeling I'm going to regret this, but for the sake of content, let's get it going. Now, what we can do is, man, what would it take to upgrade that? Oh, we need the workshop. I have a feeling I'm going to run into problems with shortages here, but let's see. For Solon, takes 20K silicon, all right. For Krypton, 10K hydrogen. We're pretty close to that. So let's go ahead and get that down. Just get everything going. Oop, don't sell. No, we don't want to do that. Goals. Thank you. So in 5 minutes, I'll be able to build my first Krypton rift, won't I? Boom. And then we will officially be done for the day. Remember, we're just taking what we're doing here, figuring out, getting all our stupid mistakes out of the way, getting some efficiency perks down, and then we're just going to take what we know here and extrapolate it over to all of our lands. Now, I know we never had to build a converter here. We will for fuel. That'll probably be another video. And I will need to build a converter on some of my lands. So that's the one thing I wish we would have gotten to tackle today. I would have been really curious to see how that works and how you can automate that too. That would have been interesting. So that's the one thing we're not going to learn today, but everything else I think we covered, at least getting to this point here. So let's go ahead and put our crowning achievement down in a moment and see what it looks like. And all right, I think it's time. An hour build, that's fine. You can see I already went ahead and built this power station ahead of time. I assumed I would need it. If I don't, it's not that expensive. I can just get rid of it. But boom, there it is. How much it costs to mine fuel? I don't even know yet. I'm not wasting any more of these points. I've already wasted plenty. I don't want to blow 6 more of them. So there you have it. As far as actual time, it probably took me maybe 3 hours to get to this point on a tier 2. So factor that in as well. I'm not sure how much I'm going to show with the other lands, if it's even necessary. Maybe we'll do some other things video-wise, some short videos, maybe talking about converters and things like that. But thank you for joining me here. Again, give me a thumbs up if you can, like, subscribe. And it's so good to be back in the swing of things again. And we have Overworld tomorrow. So that's going to be something. Stick around for that. I have a pretty good strategy for Overworld, I think. Succeed or fail, I'm going to share it with you. So stick around. I will hopefully see you tomorrow, and let's get after it.